I got you, Cameron. What's she?
Bye, guys.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another watermelon rating. This week I am reviewing Dead by Daylight. Now, Dead by Daylight is a different title from those that I've already reviewed, from the part that there is essentially no story to this game, nor is there any reoccurring objective, so to speak. So for this rating, I will break this game down into three main parts. That will be graphics, gameplay, and replayability / will it get boring. But before I go, be sure to check out the channels in the description below. Some of my friends have made videos on this and do stream this game. It would do a great help to give them a follow, subscribe, and much more. So let's get into it.
He's putting a fifth one down.
The graphics of this game are kind of simple. And I say that because there's nothing too flashy, there's nothing overly dramatic about any of the graphics, any of the designs of the characters, or hunters, killers, whatever you would like to call them. They sort of just fit their role, and they kind of fit the background that they were given. All the characters have different origin stories, all the hunters also have different origin stories. If you play this game, or if you watch, there's a couple of hunters that will catch your eye, so to speak, from other video games / movies, things like that, other references to media. And I find that really fascinating and interesting that Dead by Daylight does this. You see this with a lot of games that provide skins for their characters, something like Fortnite, having multiple skins from different ranges of media. And I'd like to see that more in video games. I think it's very interesting and, I guess, fun to see. There are also some references in the survivors, but the only one that I have found out was Bill, who is from the original Left 4 Dead. The gameplay of this game is very simple as well. Overall, there's only 1.5 objective. 0.5 is the survive, because obviously that's something you must do. So when you play this game, there are 5 generators you have to activate to open the door to leave the map, which is essentially a win for the survivors. In every game, there's 4 survivors and 1 hunter, and basically the hunter's job is to stop them from powering up the generators. When you power up the generators, there's quick time events, making sure that you're paying attention, and when you miss those quick time events, the generator will sort of explode and set you back a little bit from your progress. This explosion will ping the generator for the hunter and everyone else in the game, so that basically the hunter can come and get you. Every QTE, if missed, has a ping, so that adds to the hardness or the stealthiness of the game that is required. Also around the map are sort of barricades and vaults that the survivors can use to get away from the hunter. Pull down a barricade in their face, they're either going to hit their head on it or they're going to stop in their tracks. Hunters can't easily vault over things like survivors can, but the hunters can easily see tracks that the survivors leave and can follow them basically around the map. Not only are the hunters faster on base speeds, they are also much stronger. So essentially what you need to know right now is that the hunters are overpowered, and I think that's a good thing. I think it really balances the survivors a little bit. A lot of people would say that the hunters are way overpowered if people actually know how to play them, and there's sort of a skill ceiling for the survivors because there's not much you can actually do to avoid the hunters if they're very good. The skill ceiling for the hunters is much higher than the skill ceiling for the survivors. And finally, will you get bored of this game? In my opinion, likely not. I have not been bored of this game. Now, there are a few reasons for that. I feel like this game is essentially strong for what it is. Now, to prevent yourself from getting bored, here's some steps you want to take. Find 3 to 4 people who also have or want this game and do a group buy. And that's really the only way to play. If you play with 3 of your friends in online co-op, you'll play against one hunter and you'll essentially have a blast in most of your matches. I don't find this game uber competitive, but I know that there are tons of people that do. So if you like the competitive aspect of this game, I feel bad for you, really. Now the other option is find 4 of your friends and have a blast again. I found myself playing with 4 of my friends, and honestly, it was the best time I've had in almost any video game. I believe that playing this game with friends is the best thing possible. Playing this game alone is quite the despair. Solo queuing for survivors is not what you would want to do. The communication aspect in this game is poor. There's no pinging for survivors, not like any of these new games. So solo queuing as the hunter, a little bit better, maybe. I wouldn't find interest in it because of how clunky and different the hunter is. And that would conclude this week's watermelon rating of Dead by Daylight. I would give this game 3.5 watermelons out of 5. And that's simply because of how unadapted this game is to present times. There's a lot of new games that come out automatically with a ping system for your teammates. And I feel like Dead by Daylight can really, really help with that. It may take away from the aspect of kind of it being a solo mission with the 4 of you. A lot of the times in your games, you might find yourself splitting off from your team. Just you can divide and conquer very easily. So with that lack of communication, I feel like it's going to be very tough. However, there is a ping from, I guess, knockdowns from the hunter and hooks. So that much is helpful in extreme cases. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week.
Time on my own. Don't go outside, locked up in my room. Life switched up, don't know where to go. After all this time, you're still in my phone. Traded so much time and got so far. Like things ain't changed, stuck at the start. Gave it my all, but had to let go. Trying to save me from myself.